Welcome back to day 17 of the free 30-day Academy Challenge. Today we're going to be talking about connectors and MCPs. Again, congrats on finishing week 2 before this. Week 3, I believe, let me double check before I misspeak here, is around automation. Let's go in here to the classroom. 30-day, yes, automations for week 3 here. And today we're starting with connectors and MCPs. Very beginner friendly and a game changer in how much work you can get done with AI in any given session. As always, subscribe and follow for more important updates regarding the course, new courses we have coming out. We have some exciting stuff around Jarvis, some agent stuff. It's gonna be great. That's the YouTube and the Instagram, probably my two most active platforms. Share the course. Let's start a revolution, change people's lives together. As always, this course and the school will always be free. We will have some paid upsells in the future. You can earn 40% commission on all of those, and all of that revenue gets turned right back into ads for more people to reach the AI Academy. Monthly giveaways, I've talked about this a ton. Complete your worksheets, stay active and level up. Right now we're giving away Apple products to the most active members in the community every single month. Bonus tip, watch this course at 2x speed. And share your results and experiences with others. All right, the agenda for today. We're going to talk about what a connector actually is. We're going to meet MCPs. If you've been in the AI space at all, I'm sure you've heard of them, what both of these unlock, and then we're going to plan your connections for moving forward for the rest of the course. So what a connector is. So a connector in any of your LLMs is a bridge to your tools. It lets AI use apps like email, calendar, and docs while staying in the native LLM workspace. And this goes a lot broader than just Google products. Notion Healthcare is something I've been using recently for blood work, and Notion just launched an MCP today, or a connector that logs right into Claude, which I actually have to set up after this. And this makes it so you can go from talking to doing. It stops guessing, works with the real data, it plugs right into that data set, and it can read and act. So it can see your info, then it can draft and schedule an update. And you get to grant the amount of access it has, right? So nothing connects until you say so. And this is the big shift. Week 3 is about AI acting for you and not just chatting. So far in this course, we've been doing a lot of prompting, a lot of chatting with AI, and we want to start having AI do the work for you. So now we're going to meet MCPs. So MCPs are the universal plug, and MCP is a standard way to connect your AI to its tools. I believe it's Model Context Protocol off the top of my head. They were invented by Anthropic. Why this matters, we'll go into a demo here in a second. One standard universally, so tools work across many different AIs. They're like apps for AI. I think that's a good way to put it. You can browse, add, and the AI gains new powers. They're growing fast. More useful tools plug in every single week, so it's important to stay up to date on which MCPs you have connected, for which chats, and you don't code it. Most connect with a click and a simple login. So we're going to go out here and we're going to go into my Claude, and I wanted to show you in the project too. So we've been using this 30-day Academy. If you go here, you can go down to connectors. These are the ones I have, but also just in the regular chat window. So if you go plus here, or they're down here in the settings as well, but if you go chat connectors, manage connectors, we can go in here and we can see all the connectors. See functions, beta just came out. Stripe, I have to actually reconnect here, but then I have all my Google apps, Higgsfield for editing, Kit for my newsletter, Lovable for my website, along with some others that I don't have completely set up. But the power of this is if I were to go into a chat and let's say, what was a connector there? Let's say like Higgsfield. If I want to reference something in Higgsfield, or actually I think Kit's a better example for my email newsletter, I could just reference Kit in the chat and it would be able to go into the back end, connect to Kit, pull all that data and pull it back directly in the chat. So there's no more copy and pasting back and forth from me. Saves a ton of time and super useful. And now we're going to talk quickly about what they actually unlock. So the biggest unlock I've found, and a big thing on social media that everyone wants fixed, is their inbox. They don't want to have to keep going to point zero and having to clear out their inbox every day. So in your inbox, you can find, summarize, and draft emails. We'll talk about this on day 18. Your calendar, it can check, schedule, and move meetings. We just browse the connectors there for that. So it's like if I was in the Claude chat, if I went back here, I could prompt it if it was, I think it is connected to my Google Calendar. Yep, and I could say, hey, what are the meetings I have this afternoon? And it would pull up the meeting I have in about 20 minutes here, with who it's with, what it's about, and any other descriptions I have in Calendar about it. It also has access to your Docs and Drive, so it can pull from real files and not just copy and paste. Again, we'll talk about this more in day 19. Along with your other apps, Notion, Slack, and more. We'll also talk about in day 19. Again, this is where AI really opens up for you, and the project and portfolio we've been building for whatever use case you are using this for. And again, this is real leverage here. It works where your work already lives. There's no more copy and pasting stuff back and forth. You can just plug in the MCP and you're good to go. So now we're going to plan out your connections. This is going to be very key for the rest of this week 3. So you want to think about what your daily tools should be. So we're going to list out your daily tools, the apps you touch most for your goal. So again, if your goal was to make, let's say like $500 a month, and you were using Stripe and you were on TikTok, and you would want to find a TikTok connector for your data, and you would want to connect Stripes. Then anytime you were typing in the chat in your project for this goal, it could automatically connect. So then you could schedule events, you could create skills that have access. It's really just the best way to think about it is like an app for an LLM, and then it has access to everything in that app. And you can turn off certain access to certain things. It's completely up to you. Let me actually show you how to do that very quickly. So if we go back over here, we go to connectors, we go to manage connectors, and let's say I wanted to change my Gmail. I just click on it, and then you can go down here and you can switch from always allow, it asks you, or just never allow. And you can do this for anything that the MCP or connector has access to. Super useful if you're dealing with sensitive data, especially for work. So now we want to pick our first connect here, what you'll link tomorrow in day 18. Email or calendar is what I think I'm going to have you guys start with, because I think these are the 2 big game changers. And then check the permissions. Know what you're actually granting. When you go through this, again, we'll talk about this a lot more tomorrow. I just wanted today to kind of be a preface for it. And then we're going to start small and safe. One tool, read only if you're unsure, and just kind of learn with it of what it has access to. Fill out your worksheet. Attached below are found at foundry.com/day17. And then, as always, post your results and accountability so you can be entered into those giveaways. Again, real leverage, not theory, we're learning here. So if we go back here and we go to foundry.com and we go /day17, it will pull up the day 17 worksheet for you, and you can make a copy, and we're going to run through this quickly. Again, you want to be going in here into the community and going into accountability and posting yours in here. So day 17, we're going to have you, as I said, list those daily tools that you want to use. Explore the connectors menu. Again, if we go back in here, let's say I wanted to add another new connector, you just go connector, add connector. And then browse connectors. You can do custom connectors, but I think for this course, just browsing stuff like this a lot more. You can do Canva, Figma, HubSpot. There's Beehive. I mean, there's so many. You can go through it here, and then you can search here at the top. So browse the connectors. 2 connectors that caught my eye. Again, I think one of them should be either Calendar or Gmail when we're first starting out here. Pick your first connection. What I'll connect tomorrow in day 18, and why it's going to help your overall goal. I'm sure email or calendar is going to help everyone here in some aspect. Check the permissions, what access you're actually asking for, and then what you're comfortable with giving it right off the bat. I usually do access to everything, but it does depend. Like I think on my Gmail there, I still have some stuff where I want to manually approve it. Lock it in, check these off, and then post it in accountability, and keep this worksheet. Again, you guys are going to be rewarded at the end of this course if you did every worksheet, and we're going to take this knowledge and we're going to turn it into income for you guys. This course is more open for whatever it is, but then the AI Academy Plus, we really teach you guys how to take that knowledge that you've learned and turn it into cash. So summary for today, connectors, what the AI uses, the MCP is the universal plug. 3 is it works where you work. And then tomorrow we're going to talk about connecting your email and your calendar. If you want to go faster, I just mentioned this, or this is foundry.com/consultant. All the money gets reinvested. And if you're ready to build and scale, like I was just talking about, school.com/the AI Academy Plus is the best place to be learning. We have a money back guarantee. We're seeing amazing results there already. If you're enjoying the course, post testimony in the wins category. It helps us out a ton. Let's get to work, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Get out of here.